Good morning. Let's go over Friday's new vocabulary and questions about cancer, digging in a little deeper. First up, we have tumor. A tumor is loosely defined as an uncontrolled growing mass of cancer cells. It's a piece of you. Uncontrolled is the key part. Your cells are supposed to grow and replace themselves, but if they do it too quickly and don't listen to the body and stop when they're supposed to, then they become cancer. There are many different types. So the next word benign is the nicest cancer. This type of cancer doesn't grow super huge and it stays in one place. These cancers can be there for years and you might not know about it. And these cancers don't tend to cause a lot of damage. They're the easiest to fix too. You simply cut them out and that's it, done. Next up, we have malignant tumors. These get a little nasty, and these tumors start to invade surrounding tissues. This can be fatal if they start disrupting organ function, like ruining what your brain can do, or your liver. If they start messing with your organs, then you're in trouble. Metastatic cancer is when those tumors aren't just disrupting organ function, but at this point, they have spread throughout the body. They do this by small pieces breaking off in blood vessels. So what may have initially been a lung cancer from smoking too many years could then pop up in your brain or your liver or anywhere in your body and cause new problems somewhere else. At this point, chemotherapy is your only option. There is no way you're going to find and cut out all the pieces. So while metastatic cancer is probably the most devastating, it is not hopeless. It is just much harder. How are our genes related to cancer? Well, your cells have a lot of safety regulations to stop this from happening. And if genes don't work or become damaged, then you may get to cancer. But there's a lot of things that have to go wrong first. So your cells have suicide instructions to destroy themselves if they become cancer. Those have to be mutated away. Your immune system recognizes what cancer is. That has to be mutated away. So there's anywhere from like 5 to 7 things that have to go wrong in one cell before it can grow into an aggressive cancer. Can you inherit cancer? No, not directly, but you can inherit a head start on these mutations. And so your family might have 1 or 2 head starts on the way to a certain type of cancer, but that doesn't mean you'll get it. That just means you have a slightly higher chance of getting the rest of the mutations to get that cancer. Cancer's a game of time. The longer you live, the more chance you have to get mutations to get cancer. So if you have cancer in your 80s or 90s, that's sad, but it's not unexpected. If you have cancer as a child, that's very unexpected because you haven't really lived long enough to get all these mutations. Tumors need blood. That's often how they're found. And so they need blood to grow. They get it the same way you do. They release hormones to cause blood vessels to grow towards them. This is the same hormone setup your body uses because cancer is your body. So if you're working out and making stronger muscles, these hormones also create more blood vessels in your muscles because your muscles are using more energy. This leads to one of our symptoms of cancer, unexplained weight loss. Cancer is growing and growing like crazy. So if you're losing weight and you've done nothing differently, I don't want you to freak out, but sometimes doctors will look towards possible cancer. Our YouTube video really is good stuff. Cancer is actually over 200 different kinds of things. There won't just be one cure. So this video talks about why cancer is so complicated. For some cancers, we're getting close to catching them really early and fixing them, and other cancers are still really, really tricky. Now, today's work is a science word, which is actually really easy. This is really easy stuff. We're really good at this. I graded your last ones. So today's science word is for our next unit on the environment. It's mutual. So mutual, well, that's out of order, is when two things are possessed or experienced by two or more with respect to each other or held in common. So if you feel the same way about something or believe the same way about something, that is mutual. Or if you need the same thing, that is mutual. So my example is when countries make agreements, whether it's a peace treaty or a trade deal, they make a mutual agreement between themselves. When something happens without any reason, a teacher giving grades regardless of how well the student works, that's not mutual. Students have an expectation that if they work harder, they'll get better grades. So if the teacher just grades willy-nilly based on how they feel about students, that is not mutual. Now, these are my examples. So copy the definition and the characteristics as always, but make your own example, make your own non-example, and be creative. You guys are really great at this. You can do it. So today's pretty easy. Tomorrow, we dig into disease research. So I'm going to put out another video today to explain what my expectations are, and I'll give an example of disease research. Good luck, and I'll see you when I see you.